Hey y'all, hey everybody. I know I just did my video premiere and I had some free time. My husband took the babies out for just a few seconds. So I just thought, you know what, let me come here and just go live real quick to just talk about this whole thing with Jazzy. I know I just did a video premiere on it, but I was just like, you know what, let's just get into it a little bit more in depth real quick. I'm not going to be too long. Y'all, I know I say that every live. I say that every single live, and I'm always on here for an hour or more. But for real today, um I'm not going to be in here too long, but I wanted to just talk about, by the way, happy Sunday. Hey Lisa plus 3, hey boo. Nisha Thomas, good morning love. Nada, hey boo. um Mo 14, hey baby. um I just had to come in here and just like say a couple more things because when I do my videos, I try not to make them too long because nobody feels like sitting watching some long video. Like, I don't mind the lives being long, but I try to just keep the videos to like a minimum of like 15 minutes at most, and that's like at the longest. um but happy Sunday, good afternoon to everybody coming in. um Like I said, we're not gonna be here too long, but I just had to get into this whole thing with Jazzy. She did that live, that Facebook live, and I was just like, I still am just so amazed that there's really women out here who get pregnant by men and have that thinking, have that thought process that a man should not be doing, barely anything. Um, that men should a man should still be able to have his own money. It's just like, I thought those type things go out the window once you have kids. Like, what is such thing as your own money when you have kids? Like, of course you always have your couple dollars to spend, but for the most part, like, you always make sure that most of your money goes to your babies and bills and whatever else that needs to be paid. But to be a grown ass man complaining because you don't have your own money and you have to put everything towards kids, and especially when you have 3 other kids that you don't even provide for, it's just like, I'm wondering, like, if he's over there, like, complaining to her, saying that he's not paying for all these kids. And, like, Chris is the type to where, like, if she tells him, "Oh, well, can you pay for this that has to do with, all 4 or all 5 of the kids?" He's probably like, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I need money to pay for this, pay for that." It's just like, well, if he was so hell bent on that he didn't want to, put out all this extra money and it was too much and he wanted his own money, then why the hell did he buy that truck then? Because I know they didn't pay that truck in full, for one. I know that truck was not paid in full. And I know that truck had to have cost him, I'm sure he's paying at least a good $300 to $400 a month for that car payment. That's not even including insurance. Hey, the blackout tea. Hey, love. Um, so I like, if you were that hell bent on that you wanted your own money and that you didn't want to spend all this money on, kids and all this, then why didn't you stick to driving the near? And then Jazzy got, a newer car, because at the end of the day, she still needed a car to fit all 5 of the kids. I don't even think the near fit all 5 of the kids. So why didn't she just you keep he kept that truck that he had already been driving around, running into the ground and all that. Why didn't he been keep that truck, and then she got a newer car? Because at the end of the day, she's the one who's bringing in, from what we see, most of the money anyway. No matter how she's bringing in, she's still bringing in most of the money. So why wasn't I just don't understand, if y'all are so hell bent on not spending money. It just seems like this money thing only comes about when, the kids have to have something paid for, like strollers, shoes, clothes, now a helmet that they have to pay for. Like, I just don't understand that. Hold on, let me get some gum. I'm back, y'all. I just don't understand why literally it's only an issue when these kids have to be paid for something. Now, what gets me too is this is supposed to be a mommy channel. Like when Jazzy first started off, to me it was just like a mommy channel because yeah, we saw Philip, but I feel like Philip was only on the channel for a short amount of time. Hey, the young and the desperate. Hey, love. He's selfish. He wants new things, but doesn't care about the kids. Exactly. Um, like Philip was only on the channel for a short amount of time that I seen. I mean, of course, Philip was on the channel for I don't because I really did not watch her all the way back to when Philip was out. I started watching her like right when Philip went to jail. And um I always felt like she was a mommy channel until I started seeing like, the real stuff that was going on, my shabby life, things like that. But I still just feel like it's so weird. Like she's the only like mother on this YouTube stuff that has multiple children and never do like clothing hauls for the kids. Never does grocery hauls, like never does anything that, involves her having 5 kids. Like we even seen the vlog that she posted yesterday. Like sis opened up the fridge and there was nothing in that refrigerator, like nothing, nothing. And I'm just like, it just shows right there, like if she was getting clothes for her kids on the regular, if the stuff was actually going to the kids, then we would see more of that stuff on the channel, because when she does do something, she always has to speak about it. It's always, she makes it known that she did this and she did that. Like, what mommy channel that has, a mother has 5 kids, we never see clothing hauls, but yet this bitch is always doing laundry. Like, how do you stay doing laundry and your kids don't even have no clothes? You don't even buy your kids clothes. I don't even see her go to a store and buy her kids clothes. And then when the kids do have, what the clothes that the kids do have, they look like she buys them like, it seems like she buys them like 2 sizes bigger, so then she won't have to buy more clothes. They'll just always fit them. And it's just like, sis, are you kidding me? Like, your kids are walking around with clothes falling off of their bodies, okay? And you're that pressed and cheap that you rather be buying your kids sizes two sizes bigger so you don't have to buy any more clothes. Like Legend, I've only seen, I mean, we've seen when she showed the closet, she had a section for Legend. And there was like no clothes in the closet for Legend. Like, where was the baby haul for the clothes for the baby? Like, it seemed like we only seen what the subscribers bought. Like, what else did you buy your kids or your son, your new baby, besides, what the subscribers bought in the bag of Facebook Market clothes that she had bought, that, I think even was, I don't even think she paid for those. I think they were given to her. They were just for free. Only time I saw the kids get clothes was Christmas. Okay. She never buys them anything. The kids get stuff from Phil's family. Exactly. Like, I only have seen Phil's family bring over like school clothes. I know last year she said, "Hey Erica, hey sis, hey you love me, hey Shakaya's world or Shakia, Silver Moon, hey Bill, trash moms, very neglectful moms, and they think we don't see right through it." Exactly. Like she acts like we're not mothers on here ourselves, and we don't we don't have kids that we do for. Like, I just bought my babies a whole new summer wardrobe, and honestly, I don't even think I'm done yet. As much, and they already have tons and tons of clothes. Like, my babies get clothes all year round, throughout all the not holidays, throughout all the seasons, and still get, full new wardrobes for every new season that comes about. I don't agree that you just you just buy clothes once a year, and then they go through whatever seat. Like, it still gets cold in Texas. They still need winter clothes, fall clothes, summer clothes. Like, where do they do that at, where they just buy one season of clothes and that just goes for the whole entire year? Like, sis, like, your baby is wearing onesies, the same onesies for days on end. Like, I know when I had my babies, and even for this baby I'm about to have, like, onesies are like a main thing that you have to have tons and tons of, because babies spit up, they have blowouts. So you always got to have, I mean, I know, because I'm the type mom, when the babies spit up even a little bit, it's like, okay, the onesie's done, let's change the onesie, because I'm not having my baby sit in some soaked old onesie all day because I want to be cheap and I don't want to buy no more clothes for my baby. No, my babies probably go through, when they're like newborns to, like, 6 months, they probably go through about like 5 or 6 onesies a day. So I just don't understand how you're just making it with just no shoes for these. I mean, and the shoes that these kids do have, like, come on, sis. I seen Ava's sneakers in the newest vlog, and I'm not talking about the kids, because I don't want anybody to think. Let me get in these comments real quick. Hey, Southside Black Butterfly. Hey, Bill. My kids, especially when their babies have so many clothes. Yeah, I mean, how many onesies do you have to have for a newborn baby? I mean, the amount of throw up, spit up, blowouts that they do. I mean, literally, I'm just 5 to 6 onesies at the most a day, and that's not even including like an outfit. She makes the subscribers buy, begging her live. Yeah, they do. They deserve each other. I'm so pissed. She's trying to get paid off that shooting where those babies got killed. I seen that. I seen that somebody said she changed the title of her live and put it about the shooting of those babies. Like, that is sickening. That is so sick. Like, bitch, you don't have any other way to make money for yourself. You got to sit here and use a school shooting of parents that actually had babies that are lost in that shooting to make money off of, because you have no other content to put out because you're so broke, desperate, and just bummy. Oh yeah, them kids are struggling. Oh, I know. I love shopping for mines. I got 2 girls, so y'all, even though I want my boy, I feel like girl clothes are so much better than boy clothes. I love, my babies having new stuff when they go out, looking fresh, clean, looking cute, because they're little girls. Little girls should be cute all the time. Like, there's never a time. I mean, I know, you can't always, I mean, it's not like a fashion show, every day, all day for a child, but especially when they go out, like, you want your babies to be cute looking, like, like, come on. I buy my kid and grandkids clothes year round, toys and necessities. Exactly. Because that's just what should be done. That's what, they have fetishes for just newborns, and that they still seem to neglect anyway. Trash. Girl, most children get clothes and sneakers every 2 weeks. Exactly. I'm sorry, but all these kids need to get somewhere to get proper care until she can get it together. And someone said she makes 10K a month while our children look like paupers. Girl. Hey, the court lifestyle. Hey, love. Yeah, so it's just like, not only should you be buying your children clothes on a daily basis, but especially when seasons change. I mean, for a while, Amaya was wearing like Fugs, all summer. Why, it was hot out in Texas, wearing long sleeves, long pants. Like, sis, you live in Texas. You don't live out in out where I live, where when it gets cold, it gets hella cold. I'm talking like 30, 40 degree type shit, Yeah, little girls are so easy. It's cheap to get something pink and pretty. Summer dresses for $5, no excuse. Exactly. Like, it, and even if it, and even if you are on a budget for buying your kids clothes, like, they have Walmart, where Walmart seems to be pretty cheap for clothes. I personally don't do Walmart, but I know when I do go and I see, like, the little kids clothes, and I glance at them, I do see that they're pretty cheap clothes. They're not like, they're not $30 a shirt, or $40, $50, for a shirt. Carter's is always having sales. Um, I don't go to. I'm trying to think. There's not that many kids. I mean, they have H&M sells baby clothes, Old Navy sells, kids clothes. Um, there's always an alternative when you are on a budget. I don't think the alternative should be to be buying used clothes, but there always is an alternative when you can't do the most and buy, like, I guess you could consider expensive clothes for your children. Like them little kids should not be going around wearing some cheap old looking sneakers that look 2 3 sizes too big for him. Aiden's just wearing, I don't know what shoes he be having on. I know if I had a little boy, and I'm not talking about the kids, it's not their fault, it's the mother's fault. Hey D Rut, hey love. I know it's the mother's fault, but why are you having your kids going out with some clown shoes on? And just hair, and just to top it off, hair not done, like nothing. She takes no pride in her kids. Like, I guess it totally goes over her head that your kids are a representation of you when you go out. Like, when people look at your kids, they judge you off of what type parent you are, because obviously if you're having your kids go out looking a hot mess, and they're probably like, well damn, these parents just must not even care. Like, how are you having your kids going out looking like that? And then her main priority is can only and it has only been Chris. What Chris is doing, what Chris is paying for, where Chris is at. Erica, I seen that short you did about Chris laughing at them calling her radio. Y'all, if you don't follow the Erics, and you'd be just as frustrated with Jazzy as we all are in here. The Erics always is doing content on Jazzy and just finding the best shorts on Jazzy, that like some that I don't even be knowing that happen. And I just be cracking up. So everybody go check out the Erics if you have not, and you're a Jazzy watcher. But Erica, I seen that short you made of of Chris laughing at Jazzy being mad about people calling her radio. Girl, I was dying laughing. And that's another thing. Like, sis, you just let this man embarrass you, talk just what man sits there and laughs with people. Hey, my, can y'all hear me? I just got a phone call. Can y'all hear me? All right. Y'all, when I get a call, like, people just seem to, like, they just call nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. Like, if I'm sending you the voicemail the first time, then why don't you get that I'm not going to answer the phone? And I just put my phone on do not disturb, but I'm still getting the calls. Um, then she's recording the whole time. I know people stare at them in public like they're not even dressed properly, and she's walking around talking to a camera, not paying attention to them. Girl, 5 kids in public, and you're just walking around recording. I mean, I'd be like stressed. Like, I don't take not one eye off of my 2 kids, even though most of the time I always have my husband with me, or I always have like somebody with me when I take the kids out. But if you're in public alone and you're just vlogging away and you got 5 kids that you got to keep track of, like, I'd be stressed. Like, not in these day and ages can you just take your eye off children and just assume that they're gonna watch themselves or nobody will snatch them kids up. But I know that people do be looking at her kids like, oh my God, do their hair, like, get them babies dressed properly. Like, hey Ty, hey Boo. She admitted she's cheap. Girl, we know she's cheap. Like, we know she's. Hey, Lupita Space. This They will not stop calling me. Like, if I didn't pick up the first time, why are y'all still calling? Especially when your kids are hard headed and don't listen. Watch them in public. Girl, okay. Like, especially if they're at the age where they don't all have to be in strollers and you just got one in the stroller and you got four others walking around. You definitely got to watch them. Um, but like I said before, her main concern has always been about Chris. Since she's been with Chris, it's been Chris, 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 and them kids are on the back burner. They she does not pay no mind that them kids are struggling, that they're, going through some delays, that, they don't have, the proper clothing, the proper shoes, the proper food. And that's one thing. Like, yeah, girl, he was laughing with the peasants. Like, how is your man sitting next to you and just allowing people to just laugh at you like that? Like, what man does that? And then you just sit by and just think it's so cool. It's just like, if my man was sitting there laughing with some bitches about, like me looking some tight way, or like, being slow or something like that, I would just be like, are you kidding me? Like, I'd have ended that live so quick. And she just sits up there and continues out the live and just lets him just laugh and laugh. It's just like, that is just crazy to me. Like, I've never seen a man just openly, like, I know, men may do their stuff off camera, but when they come on camera with their woman, I just never seen a man just openly just give no f's about his woman, to where he's laughing with the audience about people calling her slow and how she looks, and just making a fool out of her, and she just doesn't even see it. It's just like, I don't understand. Not just allow them to laugh. He was laughing with them. Girl, okay, laughing with them. Literally laughing with these women that are talking about her like that. Yeah, they were acting out at the doctor. I figured that's why the nurse had gave them crap, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, sis, how long were you at the doctor's office to where them kids needed crowns and paper just to sit their asses down? Like, it had took one look, like, sit your butt down and be quiet and wait till this is done. Y'all are not about to be in here acting the fool and doing all this carrying on and running around and stuff. Like, what? It's like, them kids are old enough. Like, these are not 1 and 2 year olds. These are 4-year-old kids. Like, how is it so hard to get your kids to act, just like they have some sense when they're in public? I don't understand that. Like, how hard is it? And I seen, like, the nurse or the doctor or whatever, like, she told Kaylin to go and check her height, and Kaylin ran into the room with no shoes on. And I could tell that the doctor or the nurse or whoever had got annoyed with Kaylin, like, go ahead and go get your shoes. Like, what? You're like, why are you just running about the doctor's office with no shoes on? And you don't think to, like nobody, like, it's just, I don't, like, I know it doesn't make any sense what I'm trying to say, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, it just does, like, these kids, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you really have to question, like, is that, like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't teach these kids basic things to where, like, when they go out in public, like, it's not looking like they've never been out a day in their life or never been to a doctor's office. She could have brought coloring books for them. That's embarrassing to have the doctor try to provide for your kids. Yeah, I'm not talking about the kids, I'm talking about the parenting, because at the end of the day, the kids don't know any better. The kids just go off of how they were taught, and how their mom reacts and what their mom does. It's not about the kids. I don't blame the kids, because that's all that they've been taught. That's all that they've known. That's they follow what their mom allows and does. And it's just like, I just don't understand how these are 4-year-olds and Kaylin is 9 and Amaya is what, 6 or 7? I just don't understand why some of the things that have to be told to these kids, are I just I don't know. It's very concerning because, Jazzy isn't going to always be there with these kids. I mean, clearly she sends Kaylin to school, and I don't know how Kaylin is in school. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the school has called with some concerns about Kaylin. Um, or just not even how Kaylin acts, but I'm sure her academics, like Kaylin has said that she's never gotten an A before. I know like sometimes the teachers may not call on them, but I know they may question like their weight, especially Amaya. I mean, these kids are skin and bones. I don't know how a teacher wouldn't question, if we're on here questioning, their weight and what's going on. I know a teacher has to, because the teachers have kids to compare those kids to. I'm sure, the other kids in the class probably have a little bit more weight on them, and they're not. So I know it had to have slipped by their mind at some point, like, what is really going on? Um, like, are they fed at home, or, is it just because they're just skinny children? And I would pass it off to say, okay, well, some kids are just naturally skinnier than others. But sis, not when all 4 of your kids are skin and bones. We're just all gonna chalk it up to, sis, you're not feeding your kids properly. And I will say that that is one of the main things that she has not followed. That's one of the main things that she has not changed and proceeded to do, that the reactors have talked about time and time again for years. We've always told her, sis, you don't feed those kids enough. You have to feed the kids. Like, one waffle is not acceptable for a 9-year-old, not even for a 4-year-old. I've never heard of one waffle. Like, I never heard of a child getting fed one waffle for breakfast. I give my 1-year-old 2 waffles, fruit, and a side every day for breakfast. I would never just make literally one single waffle for my 1-year-old and think that that's enough for her to hold her over till she gets a snack or a lunch, sis. And if it's about the money, sis, I mean, I've heard that she gets almost $2,000 in food stamps. Like, sis, how are the kids getting one single waffle for breakfast and you get $2,000 a month in food stamps? Unless this girl is purposely starving these kids, I don't understand. Yeah, I have several kids and they're different sizes. Exactly. Amira, that's when I can say, okay, well, one is just skinnier than the other. But when you have every single one of your kids skin and bones, it's not because that's how their body type is. It's because you're not feeding them. Yeah, my 2-year-old eats waffles, eggs, and fruit. Exactly. It's just, it doesn't make sense. And yet again, her main concern and what her whole life and her priority has always been about is getting Chris's attention, trying to get free time so she can go out and Chris feeding those hips and ass and he using the food stamps. Girl, he has to be because, like, didn't she just buy a deep freezer? That's another thing. Like, sis, didn't you just buy a whole deep freezer? Where is the food that you're supposed to be using to stock up the deep freezer? Like, where is the food? Like, we don't hear her say she's going grocery shopping. We don't see her going grocery shopping anymore. And I would think now that they got 2 cars, like, she would be, going to the grocery store more. And it's not like she's got to wait for Chris to come home. Like, her main excuse used to be to where she had to get the groceries delivered to her door. Like, now, since you have your own car, so when the kids go to school, you have Legend and the 2 twins to take to the grocery store and you go grocery shopping. The oldest and the youngest skinny, but my middle baby girl's a little thick. She doesn't play at the dinner table. All her kids are small. Exactly. Like, it's not just a thing where one of the kids happen to just be, built smaller than the other. They're all skin and bones. Some children have small appetites at big meals but love to snack. With her, no eating the big meal, too bad, no dinner and one snack or no snack, so sad. Yeah, you know, a lot of the times, like my kids, they love to snack. Like, I think if I would just let them snack all day, they wouldn't even care about eating meals. I'm constantly like trying to have to push them to eat their meals because they get full on snacks throughout the day and then they don't want to eat their meals. But one thing I won't do is have my kids sit around and say, okay, well, you didn't eat dinner. Okay, well, that's it then. That's it for the day. You're not getting nothing else. They're still kids at the end of the day. It's what kids do. Sometimes kids just don't want to eat big meals. They want to snack. Kids still have smaller stomachs. It's not normal. It's not like it's not normal for kids not to want to eat their dinner, not to want to eat their lunch. Now, I will say the one meal that my kids always eat in full and I have never no problem is breakfast. They love breakfast. They love breakfast, but lunch and dinner is always like kind of like a fight. Like, come on, y'all, eat, because I know you're gonna want to right when they get off that table. I know they're gonna want to get a snack, but never will I deny a snack. And I know people will say, "Oh, well, that's bad eating habits for your kids." Well, I really don't care because at the end of the day, my babies aren't going to sleep hungry. They're not going to sleep hungry. I don't care. I may be a terrible mother, I guess, for giving my kids snacks after they don't want to eat dinner. Um, but that's just what it is. My kids aren't going to bed hungry. That's just I wouldn't go to bed hungry, so my kids aren't going to bed hungry. That's just what it is. My kids are 1 and 2 years old. I could see if they were like 10 years old and they're acting like they just want to snack all day and then not. I could see if they're older, but when the kids are younger, it's just what it is. It's just kind of how you have to, you just have to work around how they eat because kids just they all it's just kids. That's just what they're gonna do. But I know, I have had some people say, "Oh, well, you let them snack all day. That's bad for them. That's all they're gonna want to do. They're not gonna want to eat meals or nothing." But look, I don't really care. Like I said, my babies aren't going to bed hungry. Um, I missed this one comment I was gonna read. I definitely thought Aiden would have chucked up a bit since he will eat a lot, and that's another thing. Like I always thought boys ate more than girls, and boys. I've always heard the saying like boys will eat you out of a house. They eat. That little boy is the same size as the sisters. That little boy has no more meat on him than his sisters do. So it's just like, what's really going on? Like, what is really going on? It's okay with a good healthy snack. Um, yeah, like oranges. I know my babies love oranges. They love pineapple. Um, they love like Cheez-Its. Um, they love like the little when I do buy them fruit snacks, I try to buy the most healthiest fruit snacks they do have, although there's really no such thing as a healthy fruit snack. They don't just know, they don't sit and just eat junk all day, but definitely, like I said, if my kids are hungry, um, they'll get oranges, pineapples, fruits, um, crackers, just anything, that's not like just sitting eating junk food all day. Cause yeah, we're not doing that. She can feed the one she got, but want more. She can't feed the girl, can't feed the one she's got, but she wants more. It's ridiculous. My 2-year-old son eats way more than my 4-year-old daughter. Yeah. See, I have two girls, so I can't really compare like how a boy eats because I don't have no boys, but I've always heard boys eat a lot more. They'll eat you out of a house at home. You always got to have the pantry stocked when you got some boys in the house because they love to eat. Boys are naturally just usually bigger than girls. They have more energy. They're more just, I wouldn't say more energy, but it's just a thing with boys. It's just they eat a lot more than girls, I would assume. I don't have any, but I know. Yeah. Only fruits I've seen at that house is cut up grapes and strawberries. Girl, I don't remember y'all. You remember that live where Amaya, like, people said, that they should, like, she should be buying some fruits for him, like vegetables. I mean, not vegetables, like strawberries or bananas or something. And Amaya had called her out saying, or she was like, yeah, I buy them fruit, but they eat it all up. And Amaya was like, no, you don't. You don't buy us no fruit. She exposed the hell out of that girl. She don't be buying no fruit for them. And it's like even fruit, like she acts like they can't, like everything has to be like she wants to save every bit of food that she has. Like sis is fruit. Just let them kids eat fruit, even if it's 3 oranges in a row. It's fruit. It's not that big of a deal. You act like it's pizza or it's like, some damn Doritos or like what is the big deal? It's fruit. Like it's literally fruit. It's not the end of the world. It's not, I know prices are up, but sis, you get food stamps. So if anything, you should be letting them kids eat and eat. Not like saying like eat, let them eat all day, but sis, we don't shit. I don't get no food stamps. I do not get food stamps. But when you get 2,000 a month in food stamps, it should be no excuse why them kids are starving. You got no food in the house, nothing. And it just seems like she'll let Chris take that food stamp card real quick to go and get some meat, stock up on all these expensive meats, because you know how expensive meat is, and the meat that she tries to have him cook. I know it costs a good penny. I'm not really a meat person. I like my chicken, ground beef. But as far as like all that other stuff, I really don't buy that type meat. I just, like I said, I really stick to chicken, ground beef, and like ham, um, once in a while. Cause my husband he hates ham. He doesn't want our kids eating ham. I know a lot of people like just refuse to eat ham. They don't care for it. My kids really have never eaten ham, but chicken and ground beef they always eat. Um, my kids love some chicken, but yeah, my kids love fruits right now. They're obsessed. Girl, my kids love fruit too. Love fruit. Pineapple, bananas, mandarin oranges. Like they love it all. They could eat fruit all day. Um they have meat markets in Texas she can stock up on, but she won't. She's too lazy. Everything is just too much. She don't want to do it. It's just too like it's I think I swear she purposely starves the kids, but yet Chris can go out and buy whatever on the food stamp card and nothing gets said. And this just goes back to, like I said, my whole, because we've been on here for almost 40 minutes. So I'm going to kind of wrap this up. But my whole point was this girl really got online and said that society needs to stop putting pressure on men, and that, we need to let their men have their own money. And if a woman's making money, then she should be paying for half the bills too. Like, sis, you just don't understand how stupid you look when you come on here and say those type things. Like, do you really not realize how stupid you look, or do you just are you just that desperate to keep a man that you just like you'll just say anything at this point? Because like it literally just that's like what I'm getting at this point. Like, you are that desperate and bad off in life to keep a man that you will just say anything. Like, that's something that Chris told her. Like, I'm not paying for all that. I'm not, I still need my own money. I have a truck to pay for, a phone bill. Because that's about the only damn bills that man has is a damn. And if he pays for the damn truck, goes broke buying all these cars for tax time. And now comes to her son needing, a helmet. And it's like they're clueless. Like, they don't know where they're going to come up with money from for this damn helmet. And she also said that she doesn't get government assistance. She doesn't get Medicaid or food stamps. Sis, you're a darn lie. You're a lie. You're a lie. You're a lie. She knows darn well she gets food stamps. She knows darn well she gets Medicaid. Why now it's Chris has private insurance that she gets, and that's where she's been getting her insurance. Well, sis, where were you getting the insurance before he came into the picture? Now all of a sudden, you're already on his private insurance, and you're like, what? We've never heard or no mention of a private insurance before, but now all of a sudden now you're on Chris's private insurance. The man doesn't even I just look. I just I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know how you could come on this internet and just be that desperate for a man and let your kids starve and and just go without with shoes, clothes, and then that's another thing too. Like, damn, it's like even the toys are scarce up in there. Like, Legend has no toys. I've never seen a 6 month old baby have no toys. Like, there's not even a toy laying around for that damn boy. Like, where are the toys for Legend? He's 6 months old. Like, so 6 months olds don't play with toys. Yeah, you do have to be married to be on someone's insurance, Nisha. That's how you know she's a damn lie. That's just how you know right there she's a damn lie. You have to be married to be on somebody's insurance, so that's already a lie right there. Those children wouldn't eat one bite of food if they didn't get food stamps. Blew through her tax money. Now she's crying about helmet money. Girl, you already know. The kids don't even eat now, and they got food stamp money. So could you imagine if she wasn't getting food stamp money, how even more scarce food would be? I mean, shoot, food is scarce up in there now. I mean, y'all saw when she opened the refrigerator, there wasn't a thing of food in that refrigerator, like nothing. But it's like toys, clothes, food. Like, I'm just amazed that there's no toys for that little boy. Like, his toys are sitting in front of a TV watching cartoons. Number one, at 6 months old, you should not be placing a baby in front of a TV to watch TV. That's just a no. I always try to just lessen the TV time and all that until 1 year old. I mean, really, I mean, my first, she around 1 years old, she started watching her cartoons and stuff like that. But I know my second, she didn't really watch TV at all until like past one. She's not a fan of like the cartoons. Like, she doesn't really care for any of it. I mean, she likes Elmo and like a few learning shows, but for the most part, she's not into. I've never seen a child not into cartoons, but she's not a fan of it. So the TV time was like real just not really a thing for my kids. They have tablets now, but even like the tablets, like, they're so busy playing with each other, or we'll take them out somewhere, or um we play with them, that it's not even really like, they just don't really care for the tablet. Like, they'll watch it maybe at night, a few minutes, um but that's really it. And I just feel like, you should definitely be limiting tablet time for, especially if a 1 and 2 year old is getting, I would think that 4 years old, no, them kids just sit on tablets all day long. There's no toys. I don't see no toys, like, no nothing. Like, of course, what do you think the kids are going to do if they don't have no toys? Like, they don't kids don't always want to play outside. I mean, I'm sure it's hot as hell out there. She's in Texas. It's like there's no outside really thing. She's got that cheapo swing set. Like, sis, them kids don't want to play on that cheapo swing set all summer. Buy a pool. Like, buy a big enough pool to put in the backyard so they can swim. It's Texas. Like, are you kidding me? Hey, what's the 411 podcast? Um, I'm sure what kills me is babies to take a tablet to go outside. Girl, them kids take them tablets everywhere. To the doctor's office, to the dentist office, to the grocery store. Them kids take them tablets everywhere. I noticed that. Like, even to the park, them kids always have those tablets. Like, sis, that's for something you do when you're sitting around the house and they gets bored. That's not something you take the tablet out everywhere. I mean, my kids don't take their and it's not to compare everything, but it's like my kids don't take them damn tablets everywhere. They don't even take them in the car when we drive in the car. Like, keep the tablets home. Like, unless you're going to spend the night to somebody else's house for a few days, why the hell are you taking a tablet everywhere you go? Yeah, she has a great backyard for a nice pool. Hey, Cookies Express. Hey, love. Like, get them a nice little pool so they could play in the backyard, like a nice little slip and slide. Um, like a nice little trampoline, like a decent sized trampoline so they can all jump on it. You know, like I I don't understand. You got 4 kids and you don't want to provide no activities for these kids to do, but just sit around on a couch on a tablet and watch TV. Even the 6 month old. The 6 month old is all of the toys are in their room. They're probably all broken. Girl, even if I mean, I see the toys when she goes in the room, but it's like they don't look like toys of their age that they would be playing with. Like they don't. They seem like they're just like the toys are a little bit smaller for what the kids like that 4-year-olds would be playing with. It just doesn't seem like it's age appropriate for the kids. But and Kaylin is always on the phone, and Amaya, I think she has like a tablet or a computer, or I think she even has a phone for herself. But 9 and 6-year-olds should not be in the house all summer sitting on a damn phone. Like, get those kids out and do activities. Like, don't they have kids around the neighborhood to play with? I know for a while she said that Kaylin was playing with a girl next door that she goes to school with, and now it's like you don't hear of Kaylin playing with anybody. Like, it looks like a neighborhood that has a few kids that they could come out and play with. Like, I don't understand like what she expects these kids to do, but just to sit around on a damn tablet all summer. Like, create something else for these kids to do. Trampolines, pools, slip and slides. Like, um, what else do you put outside? Like board games or just something other than a tablet and TV and a phone. He looks just dazed and confused, but so does Jazz. She's got that dark scare stare. Yeah. Yeah, like even in that vlog she did yesterday, she posted when she put Legend in the stroller and the dog was up front. Like Legend just seemed like he didn't even know what to like he didn't seem like he didn't know what was going on, what was like, and it's just so sad. Like give that boy a toy so he can like, get his stimulation up. Like, yeah, sand and water tables. Yeah, sandbox, water tables. Like she's too cheap to buy a pool. They only about $40. Girl, okay, go to Walmart. They got sales on pools. Even if you gotta order one off, I'm sure Amazon has a good deal on pools. Like just something. But Legend, he just give him some toys to stimulate him. Like something other than TV. I just don't. Nobody wants their kids going to a weird house in the neighborhood. I'm sure Jazz is the weird neighbor girl. Okay. But even if the kids got to go to somebody else's house, like I'm sure ain't nobody letting their kids go up in her house. But shoot, even if the kids got to go to somebody else's house, camping in the backyard, night activities. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like sis, if you're watching this, get some ideas. To do for those 4 kids. Like if you don't, she said they're not going to summer school. She said they're not going to camp. Well, then find something for them kids to do then. Like sis, a TV is not something to do all summer. It's bad enough you don't want to take them somewhere. All that money she done spent on Chris's truck, she could have took them kids on a nice trip somewhere for overnight, a nice amusement park, a nice zoo, something. But instead, the kids got to sit in the house all summer because her dumbass spent all her money on a man, and he don't even be there. Just driving around that truck, tricking and doing whatever he does, and the kids got to sit in the house all summer. Libraries all over have baby programs and children's programs. Lazy girl, it's something. I'm sure she wants the older girls up in there all summer so she could watch over the younger kids so she could sleep all day. That's just that's what it is. She wants the older girls there so they could watch over the baby and the 2 kids so she can lay in bed all day. Because in the last live she did, the one where she titled using the school shooting as clickbait or whatever, or views on her videos. Legend was in the room with Kaylin. Like, she's got the dog in Kaylin's room. That's all. Bentley's cage is not even in the primary room of the house, the living room. Bentley's always in Kaylin's room. That's where Bentley be barking at, is in Kaylin's room. Why would now I don't know why she would put a dog cage in her daughter's room. She's already said before that the room was reeking of dog when she had Bentley's cage in there, and she said she was gonna take him out. Never took him out. The cage is still in Kaylin's room. Um so the dog doesn't even see people. I don't even know if he sees the kids. Like, he's constantly in the cage. I don't know why she doesn't let him roam free of the house. That's very strange to me when people buy dogs and they just don't want nothing to do with them. They don't want them roaming around the house. They don't want nothing. She says that he's potty trained. So if he's potty trained, why can't the dog roam about the house? And not only that, but what possibly could that dog be getting into? He's a little tiny teacup Yorkie. What could he possibly be getting into that bad where the dog needs to be locked in the cage all damn day? I don't understand that. I don't understand that, but I know Kaylin had the baby in a room watching him while she was cooking breakfast at 11 o'clock in the morning, 11:30, 12 o'clock. Now the school's out. Hey Delissa, hey Love, hey Isis Rain. Now that the kids are, hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. Um, so now Kaylin's got the dog in her room. She's got, like, I don't understand that. The dog, the baby in the room. Kaylin's back to her little, dog mom duties while she sleeps till 11 o'clock. Like, kids want to get up and they want to eat. Like, kids don't want to be getting up and I know 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon waiting for some damn breakfast. Spend all that money to keep, girl, okay, spend all that money to keep him in a cage all day. Like, the dog is in the cage at all times. I've never seen the dog out at roaming about. Hey Neola, hey Love. I don't get how her man has two jobs, but she never have expandable funds. Girl, that's what we've been questioning. The dog in the room, girl, in Kaylin's room. Don't even put him, and it's like, okay, let alone he's in a cage. But sis, put him in the main area so he can see people. All you hear in every vlog is that dog barking his ass off in the background. Like, she's gonna smell like dog when she go. Girl, she already told Kaylin she's got to put perfume on before she goes to school. So she's probably smelling like dog. I know all her clothes smell like dog. Her bed smells like dog. It's just, I don't understand that. Yeah, the dog is constantly barking. Yeah, constantly. I mean, every vlog that dog is barking it down because he wants to get out. And I don't understand why for a minute she allowed him to roam the house, and now it just seems like she don't want him out. Yeah, I think Phil a little touched as well. Girl, yeah, definitely ain't playing with a full deck. That could be why she's getting bullied at school. Girl, I wouldn't be surprised if she is. What the hell did she get that dog for, to look what, bougie? Girl, look, trying to look bougie, don't even take the dog out. Don't even nothing. I just I don't understand it. So many things wrong with this girl. I could talk all day. So many things going on in that house that she just has the dog's not housebroken. That's what I'm starting to think. She said that yeah, I was thinking that, Desi. I was definitely thinking that because Legend is out. It just seemed like as soon as Legend came, he wasn't allowed to roam the house anymore. And that's another thing, Pretty Stoner. I think that she claimed that the dog is trained, but I don't think he's trained. I do not think he's trained. She spent 1,500 or so on the dog, and it was a waste of money. Girl, she might as well take that dog back or go sell him it for the money. You know what? She might as well just sell that dog for the money for Legend's helmet and uh and just give him away to a family that wants him. Yeah, so I just said that, Rose. Sell the dog and buy the helmet. Exactly. Sell the dog and buy the helmet. You know, she could probably sell the dog for at least $900. I mean, I know Yorkies they usually are a lot of money, especially a teacup Yorkie. Um, they have a doggy door. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. I'm like I said, I'm trying to find the reasoning as to why the dog will be locked up all the time. Um, so I don't know. I don't like I said. I don't know if it's because Legend's out. I don't know if it's because he's not potty trained. He smells, but sis, if he smells, because I've never heard her say she's about to get Legend in the bath. I mean Legend in the bath, which I'm sure she don't even Legend every day neither. But I've never heard her say that she's gonna get Bentley in the bath, that she's gonna take him to like a dog spa thing at the groomers to get washed. So I know the dog stinks. If she's not even bathing her butt, and if she ain't even washing her funky butt, and she ain't washing them kids' butt, I know for a fact she ain't washing that dog's butt neither. Yeah, everyone's locked up in the house, girl. Every last one of them. Now them girls' hair's still matted, girl. It's crazy. It is crazy. We can't expect the dog to not be locked up when our girl. Okay, Mo. Exactly. Like, do we really expect anything else more? Funky is all hell. Locks the kids up. I know that's how she's treating the dog too. Hey, Nancy Davis. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna head out of here. Wrap this up. I'm gonna go ahead and get my babies. Um, Tell her she does not have to pay for that helmet. And girl, I'm sure she doesn't, but she's still claiming that she has to pay 1,800 of the helmet because Legend didn't get the proper surgery beforehand. So that's what she's been claiming. So who knows? Who knows what's really going on? Who knows if Chris is even still there? I know a lot of people have been saying like he's not there. Um and I agree. I mean, we haven't seen the man since Mother's Day for even more than 2 seconds. So I'm just gonna assume the homeboy's not there. Like, homeboy is not there, and she can keep claiming that he's there, but I don't think he's there. It doesn't give me your man is there vibes. When she came on Facebook Live and said, and she didn't even know the last time she seen her man. She said, "Wait, did I see him that day?" Like, sis, how don't you remember when's the last time you seen your man? How do you not remember the last time you seen your man? I know I see my man every day, 2 jobs and all. Even if it's for an hour, I know when I see my man. So how don't you know when the last time you seen your man? That's just how you know. She don't be seeing that man at all, even if he is there. And one more thing, in the recent vlog she did, she said she did the kids' clothes, she did her clothes. Where's Chris's clothes? Like, sis, you don't wash Chris's clothes? You don't wash Chris's clothes, and then a hat laying around, a Nike, a basketball short, a red shirt. Ain't nothing laying around to that man. Nothing. No clothes wash, nothing laying around. Don't mention that, like, all she mentions about that man coming home to eat. That's all she talks about. Oh, he's going to eat. Or he's gonna cook. We're making something to eat. That's all she talks about. Like, sis, is that all he does is just come in to eat, get a plate, and leave? Back to tricking or back to his other chick. Yeah, she said, right, did we see each other that day? Girl, talking about did we see each other? Like, like, what? I've never heard no girl that has a man living in the home say some stuff like that. But leave it to her dumb self, desperate, ugly, bummy as all hell. Like, leave her to say some stuff like that. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna head out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure you guys follow the Instagram, Spill Tea with TaylorXo. Make sure you thumbs up the video, and make sure you check out the video that I just posted. I'm gonna come live tomorrow or the next day, somewhere like that. I want to give another pregnancy update pretty soon. We'll get more into that. I want to get into some more other stuff too. Like I really want to do this Ileana Brown live, but I just been like straight playing. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I don't. Next live that we do will be on Ileana, or it'll be both Jazz and Ileana, but we'll do half and half. But thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank y'all.